everybody, this is Tina with Rehatch Designs, and I'm here with part 2 of our Easy File Folder journal. And we had gotten to a point where we had covered the folder, cut out all our pieces, and now we're just gonna put in our little pockets and decorate the cover and do the put the inserts in and put the finish on. So that's where we're at, and so let's go ahead and get started so we can get through this as fast as possible. So let's get to where we were. We had gotten to where we had put all of our pieces in. I need to move these for a minute and then I'll show you where we're at. We had gotten to where we got all of our pieces glued on. We put our sari silk here, and if you've noticed what I did, this is where our sari silk was kind of white and I inked it up, and you can see that looks kind of cool. I mean, you could do that and not put anything else on there. I mean, I think that looks good. So that's what happens, you know, when you use the sari silk. I like it, and it's very sturdy. So this is our micropore tape, and we've inked that up, and you know, you can't really see it once you put it on there and you ink it up. I mean, you could just leave it like that and that would be absolutely fine. I could not make up my mind what I wanted to do, because I was thinking I may put this as the outside cover and this would be the inside, but now I've decided I want this to be the outside. So basically what's going to happen is this is going to end up being the cover, and you can see I've already started decorating it. And our two journals will fit right here, and then this will fold, and then this will fold. So the very back right here is where we're going to put our closure and allow it. You don't want to attach it here because it couldn't go through here. You'd have to put a hole there or something. You wouldn't want to put it here. So you're going to put your closure here, and you're going to have this as your cover. And I put this piece of micropore tape back here, and just to remind me this is the very back, and I don't want to get it messed up. Okay, so what I decided to do is I'm going to put a beeswax finish on here, and I think we'll have time in our hour to get that done too. But I started decorating the front, and I don't really want anything that's going to stick out too much, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put the beeswax on what I did so far, because the other elements I'm going to put on here are going to stick up a little, and I don't want it to for that to absorb the beeswax and get behind it. You really need kind of a flat surface thing. It's kind of like the same thing as if you were doing decoupage or whatever. I am going to put beeswax on some of those elements, but I'm not going to do it while I'm doing the rest of this cover. They'll do them separately. Okay, but before we do all that, I want to go on the inside and a little bit on this. This is technically going to be on the inside also, these two sides here, because this is the back and this is the front. Those are the only two things that are not technically in the inside. I am going to go ahead and we're going to put some pockets and things in it. You don't have to. You could call this we could put our eyelets in, put our inserts in, and that could be it. You don't have to do anything else. That could be the end of it. And you're done basically. But we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay, let's see. I had these all figured out a little while ago. That's why I had those papers in there, and then I moved them. But let's see if I can remember. All right. I think I decided this is that piece that I messed up on the other one. I did the wrong side. So what I'm going to do on this I think is I'm going to go ahead and I think what I'm going to do, I could either put it here, which I was thinking about doing, because that's going to be on the inside. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this here because I think it looks a little better right there. And I'm going to put this right here as just a little side pocket. So I'm going to distress that up a little bit. And this is just pretty easy. And I know when I did the other part, I said no measuring. And I did measure these pieces for you. But when I did them, honestly, I didn't measure them. I just, you know, took this up to here, bent it over, marked it with, you know, marked my piece of paper with a pencil and cut one and got it to fit and then just cut four together. I try not to measure as much as possible. I'm trying to make it fun, and for me, measuring's not fun. So anyway, so I'm just going to make this a little side pocket, and you know, you could just tuck little pieces of paper in there, notes or whatever. So anyway, and the thing is that I will probably sew all around this. So I probably won't put the final pieces on, but I'll show you how it's going to look. So that is going to go there, and that's just going to be a little side pocket right there if I can get it to stay down. Gonna need to leave it alone for a second. Okay, over here I thought I would just do a little pocket, and I couldn't really make up my mind what I was going to do. I think I kind of decided I was going to do something like this. I thought that would be kind of cute, but that's kind of big. I don't know if I want to waste that piece. Do I want to do another side little pocket? I could, couldn't I? Let me see. If I did that, I could basically just mimic this. Let me see how that would look. That might be kind of cool. How far out do I want to make it? Excuse me. Don't mind me where I start knocking stuff down. Okay, we know that the length is okay. So let's just say we go right here. My pencil. Make sure that's straight over here on top. I actually want it shorter than that, so I'm going to go about right here. Let's go about right here, because that'll be this big. Let me see. I want more of that paper to show, so I'm trying not to cover all of the other papers, because then what was the point in putting all of them in there, right? Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that. Just want to make sure I can see that pencil mark because it's kind of dark. Okay, so it's not going to be very deep, but that's okay because I just don't want it to cover a lot of that what we've already done. I think that probably has to go. All right, let's see how that looks. So, let's see. That looks okay. All right, so we're going to do that. Ink that up real quick. And I think we're going to do a round punch right there because it's round over here. That's round and that's round, so we're going to do that. But we'll leave those square. Ink that up. Okay. So here we go. Yeah, that sari silk looks good after you can stain it. You can take your Distress ink and just go right on there. You could also do it a color. It dyes really easily too, so and the really good thing is it does reinforce this whole thing, and this will actually last quite a while. And like I said, I mean, if you seal the outside of it, I can see that this could last, quite a bit because you can just replace the inserts anytime you use them all up. But I will tell you, if you don't do something, your folder will start to tear up there. It's just like the envelope journals. If you don't reinforce them, they won't last long. Okay, so let's see, we got that. We got that. Okay, I was going to do like a double pocket over here, and I forgot what papers I was going to use. Let me think. I think it was this turquoise, and no, was it that? I don't remember now. I think it was these two. Maybe not. I really honestly cannot remember. You know what? I think I was just going to use this. Yeah, I think I decided on doing that. Okay, let's just try that. Figure out exactly how wide we need to make this. And we can go ahead and make this the same size because we allowed for the seam or the side right there already. So these are already going to be the right size if we cut them right. I'm going to use my cutter because, like I said, I can never cut anything straight. Boy, I hope I can see that line on that other one. We shall see. We shall see. If not, I can definitely line it up with this. I'll probably just do that anyway. Be easier. Okay. Let's get them both in there straight. Is it in there straight? I hope so. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what we're at here. So one's going there. One's going there. Actually, I think I want this a little bit smaller. Let's do that. I think I'll cut that side up there. Let me see. Okay, there we go. I think that's good. So then I'm going to put that there. Going to put that there. All right, and then I got to get my, I don't think I'm going to use my circle punch. I'm going to use my scallop. And I always go like this. I don't actually fold it. I just kind of go like that because I suck at finding the middle, let me tell you. I just really suck at it. Okay, right there. So then I'm going to put, oops, I've got to ink that up first though. Anyway, so this part goes really fast, and you know, once you get it built, and honestly, it took an hour in my video, but you know, that's because I'm explaining things to people. Once you've done one, you could just go one after the other on this, and you don't have to even buy inserts. You could put your own coffee dyed paper or whatever in here and do the same thing. So I just am doing this to do something different as an alternative, you know, to people that want actually a lot of pieces of paper and a planner and all that kind of stuff. Okay, I'm gonna put that right there. That's kind of sort of straight. Put that on there. Then we're going to put this on there. I could put that, but what do you guys think? I wish you could tell me. I don't know. I think, shoot. This is one of those moments where I cannot make up my mind, and it doesn't really matter all that much, does it, guys? I think I'm going to do it this way because I've already inked it. That's easier. How about that? For a decision. Okay. So we've made a little double pocket. Now you could put something here. I mean, but I don't know. I thought about putting a little belly band or something, but it really wouldn't serve a purpose, I don't think. So I'm not going to do that. So we have a little side pocket here, a side pocket here, a double pocket here. And on the other side, this is our back, so we're not going to put anything there, although you could if you wanted to. But I am going to put something here, and I haven't decided what yet. So I think some sort of a pocket, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do. That could go like that, and then that could go like that. Yep. Right, guys? Or vice versa. That could go like that, and then that could go like that. Do we want this over there? I don't know. What do you think? No. Well, actually, it doesn't look that bad, does it? We'll do that. How about that? Okay? We're going to do those two. And this is already taller than that. So we're going to go ahead and measure. And then I'll make one shorter. Okay, I'm going to cut both of these, and then I'm going to cut, I forgot which one I'm cutting shorter. I'll have to look again. Okay, oops. Well, I hope everyone got a little time for crafting. I am going to probably not do another video for a day or two, but we shall see. If I get some time, I'll do it. Okay. Doesn't, I don't think it's in there straight. Sometimes trying to do it the cheating way actually is harder. Okay, let's see here. Oh wait, I was going to make one shorter and I could not remember which one that was. I think this one. Let's do that right there. Boy, that looks crooked. Looks crooked. Let me see. I bet when I cut that, I cut it crooked. I hope not. Let's see now. Yeah, it looks a lot better. Make sure that's straight on that side. Let us see. See, that's what I said. Sometimes when you try and cheat, it actually takes longer. I could have just done it the right way and saved a lot of time. Okay, so let's move that out of there. And then I'm going to do that. Go like that. Do it again. Here we go. All right. All right. So then I'm going to put that there. And then I'm going to put that there. I'm going to ink those up real quick. So let's see how we're doing on time here. We are doing that pretty good. That's exciting. I think we'll get it all done. Yeah, I had hoped I could get most of it done in one video, but I think for me, in my head, I think how long it would take me without explaining it, and you know, that to me, it just seems rational. Oh yeah, I can get it all done in an hour, but you know, all I'm saying is you could get one of these done start to finish in an hour if you're not having to stop and explain and measure and say, well, this is exactly, you know, this or that, and you know. So if this is something you think you want to do, I would definitely, you know, boy, I'm doing that line pretty crooked, aren't I? I would definitely think about it because it doesn't take that long. Like I said, I think it'd be a cute little gift. You know, my thing's getting clogged up. Gonna have to unclog it. Left it unplugged too long. Okay. So that's gonna go there. I don't know why I inked the bottom. We're not gonna see that. Oh well. That's okay. So these aren't anything really, you know, it doesn't have a bunch of fold outs and everything else like that. In my mind, it's just a very practical journal that you could just whip up out of, gosh, I mean, everyone probably has extra cardstock laying around, or not everyone, but I'm sure a lot of people do. And you know, all it takes is really, you know, four to 6 pieces of coordinating paper. Really only 4. I mean, I just didn't want to repeat some of the patterns. I mean, it doesn't that much. It's just a matter of how bad do you want to repeat it. If you don't care about repeating some of them, then you don't have to use as many. So my art glitter glue is not wanting to come out. That's what I get for not putting the top right back on it, huh? So then we're going to do that right there. Okay, kind of get that there. So we have 2 pockets there, nothing there, because we're not putting anything on this small one. Although we could, I don't know. You guys better, I don't know what I should do. Let me think. I don't know. That doesn't really go though, does it? I just don't think that that's big enough to mess with. Oh, I think I'm just going to leave it. I think I'm just going to leave it because honestly, it's just not really big enough to mess with. So anyway, all right, so that's our back. I'm going to take that tape off. Oh, and I was going to tell y'all, at the dollar store, this is just called paper tape. And you find it in like the, you know, where the bandage and all that. It says to secure bandage around wounds. So, I mean, that, and you know, and if you can look on the back, you can't even really see it. It just blends right in after you, you know, after you mess with it. So, okay, so I likely am going to do sewing around this. I'm not sure, but I may not. We'll see. Okay, so this is how we are on the inside pieces. So they're going to go like that. This is our outside. And that's pretty much it. We're not going to add any more pockets or anything because this is the back. This piece is kind of small. It's not going to really do anything. So from this point on, I'm going to just do the cover, decorate the cover, and I'm going to go ahead and put some lace back on these pieces and then secure my eyelets and then put in my inserts. So what I'm going to do now is we're just going to do the beeswax cover. And what I've done is I've decided I'm going to put elements on here. I need to ink that up and put that in there. I have these elements right here, and I decided at first I was just going to do that, and then I saw these and I thought, you know, it might look kind of more 3D kind of if I put a couple of these in there, like put a few little items in there. And so I think I'm going to try and do that. So first I'm going to ink these up, and then I'm going to add these after I do my first layer or two of beeswax. And these are just the Tim Holtz, I think it's called Botanical. And then these other things I got off of Amazon. I don't know the name of it. Let me see if I can find the package. I'll tell you. But I just thought they kind of went well. They kind of blend in. It's like almost like a tissue paper sticker. And I really like them. But they're very hard to peel off the backing. I will say that though. I just kind of did that ahead of time to try and, you know, speed it up. Because I know y'all know how to put a sticker on. And then I just put some, gosh, I can't remember, music paper back here because my title is going to go, where did that go? Where did my title go? Oh, here it is. That is going to go kind of like this. And then I'm going to put this on. Uh-oh, where did my words go? My word disappeared. My word, here it is. Okay, so that's going to go here, like that. And then it says, use your wings. And I'm going to put that right there. And I'm putting a few of these elements right here in front to kind of make it look more 3D-ish. So this is kind of going to go over there a little bit. And then this little butterfly is going to go like right here. Okay, so that's going to be our cover. I do need to get that a little inked up. Oop, little pink, little bit of white on there. Get all the white off of it. Can't have white. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put the wax on here now. And I'm probably going to get that done. And I'm going to put these on. I'm going to wax these separately and then glue them on. And then maybe go over it again. I'm not sure yet. Okay. Now, if y'all did not watch my tutorial on the beeswax cover, I suggest going back. I think I go in a little bit more detail. I'm going to go kind of fast on this. Let me see how much time we have again. Yeah. But I will show you what I'm doing. I bought this off of Amazon. I believe it had like 6 bars in it, and it's lasted me quite a while. It wasn't very expensive. Like I was saying, it's probably less expensive to do this than it is to use Mod Podge, you know, or another kind of sealer. But you know, I like it. It's hard to kind of explain it. You have to really kind of see it, because it does give it an interesting look to it and feel, and I think it makes it look more vintage. But you know, that's a personal thing, but it's not hard to do. Now, I have had people tell me that they use, you know, craft iron and, you know, other, you know, there's a special wax melter thing. And, you know, I realize that you can do it that way, and it may even be easier, but I saw a tutorial on using your heat gun, and I already had a heat gun, so I thought, well, I didn't want to have to buy something else. So I tried it like this, and it's worked for me, and I haven't seen a lot of reason to change, because it's really not hard to do. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead, and I've got a paper towel to kind of smush it around. I've also got a little makeup sponge if I want to kind of mush it, you know, a little bit more pointed. Anyway, here's my beeswax, and it's a pretty easy process. I just take my heat gun, and I'm sorry for the noise, let it go for a little bit, and I am only going to do this on this and that. I'm not doing it on any of these other pieces, because this, technically, that is all that's really going to get the wear and tear, and I don't want to do it anywhere where I have pockets, because it'll kind of glue your pocket shut. So I'm just doing it on here and here, just doing it on these two. If a little wax gets somewhere else, it's going to be okay, but my goal is really just to get it on those two. And you can see how fast it starts to melt. And I don't really care. I start from the top up, and I kind of just go across. And I'm not really trying to do anything but melt wax and have it drip on my paper. I'm not worried about it being on there even. I'm not doing any of that, because it's very easy to heat it up. See that? And smush it around. And that's what we're going to do here. And basically what you're doing through your first pass is you're trying to just saturate your paper with the beeswax. And then you can take it, make it drip down a little bit. And this stuff dries so quickly. It's not hot. It's not like using craft glue or something. It's really not gonna burn you. So you don't want to get too close to your paper, which I have a tendency to do, because you can burn your paper. You're not going to burn the wax, and you're not going to burn yourself, but you can burn your paper or bubble your paper, and you're trying not to do that. Now see these drips right here? Look how fast they melt. So you're just trying to get enough wax on there, and you can take, this is where you can take your little sponge and move it down, get it all the way across, And that's why I use, the reason I use my cardboard, or, just a piece of paper underneath it, is you'll see that I'm going to use all this wax again. Now if you look at my paper, you can tell that it's starting to get saturated. And that's a good thing. So I'm going to put a little bit more on the bottom. So I just drip it around. And I know with an iron you can put it on there, a lot easier and put it on. But this way, I'm telling you, it will even out. Because all I'm going to do is go back over this, see how quickly this melts. And then I'm just going to take that, and I'm just going to take like a paper towel or something, and I'm just going to go like that, and it evens it all out. It'll go on there pretty even. Now see, you can see how that piece is kind of dry right there. I have a few pieces. That tells me I don't have enough wax there. I'm sure there's some wax, but there's probably not enough. You want it all to have the same kind of texture. And it may not be that easy to tell where you're at, but you can definitely see it. So I keep this moving, and I'll go like that. And just kind of wipe it around, and it just looks wet. But the thing is, this stuff dries very, very quickly. Very quickly. Needs a little bit more down here. See, if this was hot, I wouldn't be able to handle it, and it's not hot. And you really, honestly, I just really think it's easier than putting, decoupage or something on. And the thing is, you would think that it would be sticky when you're done, and it's not. Not at all. It's less sticky. You know how you have, some people, you have problems with your Mod Podge, it getting sticky after you do it? Well, you won't have that issue with this. Now, what I'm going to try and do, let me turn that off for a second. What I'm going to try and do is not get it on this portion. If you look on the back, some of it did seep through, and it will do that. So that's okay, not a big deal. I'm going to put this underneath here. I probably should have put a paper towel under there because it's just a little bit on the ends, and that's okay. It just makes it look like it's a little antiqued. It's not, and this will dry. Okay, so I'm going to let me take one of these out. I'm going to put this under here. If it gets saturated, it's still going to go through there, so it's not going to make any difference that I put that paper towel there. But what I'm trying to do is not get that other piece. So we're going to start with that. Anyway, like I said, I know there's probably other ways, and I know there are other ways to do it, but I do it this way just because I already have a heat gun, and to me it's extremely easy. It's not a hard thing to do. Now I haven't gotten down to where I have just tiny little pieces of beeswax left, but I would imagine you could hold them with the tweezers, and that would be fine. And it's not that the beeswax gets hot, it's that your heat gun gets hot. So, again, we're just trying to let this drip and saturate it. I had a subscriber tell me that, don't you just love the smell of beeswax? And it really is. It has a really, it's not like a you know, a scented candle or anything, but it has a unique kind of, a very organic smell to it. And honestly, it's very hard to describe the finish unless you have to see it in person. You really do, and feel it. And just know that I'm going to tell you, it does not dry sticky at all, and it doesn't get sticky when it's heated. It's quite surprising, but that's what I thought. Originally I thought it would be like that, but I thought, oh heck, let me try it, just because I saw that one tutorial. And I honestly, I looked and looked and looked, and I cannot remember the person that I saw it, and I couldn't find it again. And if I do find it, if somebody knows, please comment, because I will certainly give that person credit. But yeah, because most of them had it, you used a craft iron or other equipment like that, or just a regular iron. But like I said, I have a heat gun, so all I had to do is buy some beeswax and use a paper towel, or use you know, the last time you can, oh, and also too, you can do this, because this is kind of wet. Just take that and go around, and that kind of actually helps, because it's already you know, melted, and that's just kind of leaving it around. You're just trying to get enough wax on there so that you can spread it around. You know, it doesn't have to be on there perfectly your first go round. And like I said, the beeswax is not hot. It's your heat gun that's hot. So I'm just kind of using this to spread it around. And if I see any spots that are not, you know, you can tell by looking at it. I don't know whether you guys can from where you're at, but you'll see pieces that they basically, if it doesn't look wet, then that means there's no wax on there. And then that look goes away very quickly as soon as it dries, and it dries within seconds. So alright, so now I'm just going to heat this up again, let it get nice and hot, and I'm going to just smush it around a little bit with my sponge. And I'm only using the sponge because it's just a little bit easier to maneuver than, like last time I used a white, and then I decided, let me try it with this little angled sponge, and it works good. It works kind of like a squeegee. So that way, if you see any pockets, like, see when I was doing this, it kind of dripped. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to heat that up again. You go back over any spots that you think look too clumpy. You heat it up again. Right? And that's all you do, is you heat it up. You get another sponge out. Heat it up again. Any spots you think it might have gotten, you know, too clumpy somewhere, just make sure you don't get too close to your paper. And it's not that the beeswax gets that hot, it's just you can burn your paper just like any time you're using a heat gun. So if you see any clumpy spots and you want to go across and just go like that, get them all gone. Do that over here. See any clumpy spots? Yep, there's a few right here. And see, that's why I didn't want to put on the other dimensional things yet, because I didn't want things to get clumped in behind them. So now, what I'm going to do, that's already dry. I'm going to tell you that right now. Okay, I see a spot right there that's a little clumpy. So I'm going to get that. I don't know if that's an official beeswax cover word, but and you have to work fairly quickly, and it's only because this wax dries so quickly. You know, it's no big deal if you don't get it all. You just go back. And you see how fast I'm reading this up. So there we go. So I think I got all of the major spots out of that. And I really wished you could feel, it just feels so, the texture of it is so neat. And I'm going to show you guys at some point, there's a really fun way to do embossing with it. Now see, this didn't really go that far on the other end, but even if it does, see, this is going to dry a little bit. You won't even notice it. But anyway, that is a seal on there. But we have other elements that we're going to put on the cover, and I want to have some wax on that. But I don't want to do it. I don't want to just put these on there and do it because it'll get clumped behind there a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to put the wax right on here. Just on the, let's move that out of the way. So this will also seal it, and it'll have the same finish. You got to work quickly, so I'm going to take that, just going to go right over the top, and now it has the same finish. And actually, see, these were a little bit glossy, so it kind of took away that glossiness on there. It's a very, I don't know, it's a different finish, I have to say. And my big reason I didn't want to use it is I thought it would, you know, oh, well, the wax is going to melt and it's going to be all sticky and yucky, and it doesn't at all. Now, I don't know if you left it in a, you know, in the back seat of your car or something in Phoenix or something, I'm sure maybe it would melt, but I don't know. I just know that it doesn't react the way that you think it would, because you're really only putting a very, very thin amount on there. You're not doing very much. Okay, so this last one, I'm going to do this different. I'm just going to heat up my wax that I already have here, and I'm just going to smush it around, and that's it. That's all I'm going to do on that one. Okay, so now get all this out of the way. We are done with our beeswax finish. I'm not going to put it on the material elements on the cover. Oh, you know what? I was going to put it on this. Let's see if this is still wet enough to do it. Yep, it is. Yeah, this is, I just want to put it on the paper elements to seal them. Okay, so that is now on there. There we go. That's what I was going to do. That's paper. So, all right, so now we're done with that. So I'm going to glue everything on here. And I think, you know what? I think I'm going to use my 3-in-1 glue for this, maybe. Let's do that. And I have to remember where I was going to put all this. Okay. I think this is going here. That's going there. And that's going up there. I'm going to put that on last so I can make sure I get the other stuff on there. But anyway, I suggest trying the beeswax. It's fun. A really fun thing to do too is embossing, and then, you know, and doing the beeswax, or it's really, it turns out really, really nice. Okay, let's put that there. Like I said, you really almost have to feel it for yourself, because it's just it's a very unique feeling, and it's just, I got too much glue there. Yeah, let me get it off. One thing good is it comes right off the beeswax. The 3-in-1 glue rubs right off. Okay, so I've got that. I'm just basically moved it too much, I think. Get that all off of there. There we go. All right. Then I'm going to put this down. And you know, when you do this, you'll get the beeswax on the back of your element and whatever, but you don't need to worry about it because it'll still stick down. It's not super slippery, or it's just kind of hard to explain the texture and the feel of it. You almost have to, like I said, you really kind of have to see it in person and feel it, and once you do, you'll get hooked because it just has a completely different feeling than anything else. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put that on before I put my butterfly. Hope there's enough there for me to get that stuck on there. Let me see. All right. Let that sit there for a minute. I think this will go okay like that. Right? I think we're doing good. I have to always look at things because I don't know. I tend to put things on crooked, and I don't. And it's just a constant. So a lot of times when I'm doing things, I purposely try not to put things on exactly straight because I know that I won't. So, okay. Oops, get that off of there. I've got a little bit too much glue right there. Get that off. There we go. All right, and then I think I decided I was going to put that right there. Yeah. We're going to do that. Now, I don't want it coming off the page. There we go. Lost my little nail there. Okay, here we go. That goes there. All right, so that is our cover, and I think it looks pretty cute, and I really wish you could feel it, like I said. So it's let me get a little drink here. So that's I think fun. So now we're going to go ahead and put our eyelets in. If you remember, there's one part of this that has the 3/4 inch. Let me do that like that. That's how I lose my nails. There's one part of this that has the 3/4 inch spine, and that's where we're going to put our eyelets. And we're going to, let me get a little bit of wax right there. Okay. We're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to put 4 of them in over here. Okay? And that is going to hold our elastic. I'm trying to get 4 the same. I guess I could have done that earlier, huh? Make you guys wait for me to find them. Well, so far I got 2. Oh, got 3. Could be my lucky day. This is going to drive me crazy if I have to open another packet just to find another one that matches. Oh, I think I found it. All right, let's just hope I don't mess any of them up. Okay, so I'm going to go just a tiny bit in from the top. Maybe 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to evenly space them. So first I'm just going to punch my holes. Wrong equipment. Here we go. All right. So we're going to go. All right. You don't want to get too close to the top, but then you don't want to go too far down because it'll bend your insert. Let me see, and you don't want to get too close together to where you don't have enough. Go over just a tiny bit. I think we're good right there. I probably should have measured that, but hey, it looks like it turned out okay. All right, let me do that. Let me do that. Oops. Go 1, 2. That's 2 of them. They look like they turned out good on either side. And then let's see, that's ready to go. All right, so let's put the other 2 in. And they don't have to be lined up absolutely perfect, but, you know, do the best you can. It's not going to really make any difference in the end. And you have to remember, too, that you have already put the micropore tape. Oops, I didn't do that very good. Let me do it again. I'm not holding it in the right spot. There we go. And you've already put your sari silk on the other side, so that's helping to reinforce this at the top. And that's part of the reason, too, you want to do that, is you're reinforcing them. Okay, so now you've got these in, and what you're going to do is you're going to take, let me see, what did I do with those pieces? I don't know what I did. Oh, they're over here. Okay, so then you're going to just take the elastic for these, and I don't usually cut these until after, and you can either have it tie in the middle or you can tie it on the on whatever side you want to, so on the outside, on the inside, whatever it is you like. I'm going to probably just do it on the inside. Bring this closer to me so I can tie it. And I'm just going to tie a double knot, not too tight, but then tight enough to where this isn't loose. So just a double knot. And if you want to, you can put a dab of glue in the middle, and that'll be, that's how you put your insert in. That's as easy as that. Let me do the other one. This piece is too long, but I'll cut it after. So let's see here. Okay, put that. Just goes in here. Goes in here. I'm going to cut that in a minute, but let me see where the middle is. I don't know that it would matter if it wasn't in the middle, but there you go. And you want to tie it, you know,